Hey everybody, here's an interesting game from 1887 between Bachmann and Feichtel. Bachmann had the white pieces and Feichtel had the black, and it starts out as a Ruy Lopez. White plays e4, black plays e5, white plays knight f3 and black plays knight c6, and white follows with bishop to b5. Black then plays knight to f6. And white goes ahead and castles, so black goes ahead and takes the e-pawn. White then plays the rook to e1, and black retreats the knight to d6, and then white gets his pawn back by taking the pawn on e5. Now, if black really wanted to blunder right now, he could go ahead and take that bishop that's just hanging there on b5, but if he does take the bishop like this, then white has a fantastic move where he just takes the knight on c6 with a discovered check from the rook, and of course also wins black's queen at the same time. So obviously that's not the way black wants to go, and obviously black didn't do that. Instead, black just took the knight on e5. And white, of course, recaptured with check on e5, and then black played the bishop to e7 to block the check. Now, obviously, white's bishop is sitting there unprotected on b5, so white just plays knight to c3 to protect it, and sure enough, black snaps up the bishop on b5. But instead of automatically just recapturing that knight on b5, white decides to play knight to d5, attacking the pinned bishop. So now it's attacked twice and can't really be saved, so black just plays the pawn to d6 to let out his own bishop. White, of course, will then follow and just take the bishop on e7 with check. And now the king only has one square, and he has to move the king to f8, so now black won't be able to castle, and his own rook now is pretty much trapped in the corner. White now immediately brings up his queen to f3 and is instantly threatening to take the pawn on f7 with checkmate. So black simply moves the f-pawn forward one square to stop the threat. White then plays d3 just to let out his own bishop, and at this point black makes what looks like a really good move. He moves his pawn up to c6, attacking the knight on d5. Obviously, the knight is defending the rook on e7. If he moves that knight away, then black will just simply take the rook with his queen. So it looks like white's either going to lose a knight or a bishop here. He's either got to save the rook or save the knight. But white has an even better move. And if you'd like to pause the video right now and just take a look and see if you can see it, I'll wait on you. Okay, did you see it? White has a spectacular queen sacrifice. He plays queen takes f6 check. Now obviously black just can't retreat to g8 because then white will just either take the g-pawn with checkmate or just move to f7 checkmate. So obviously the queen has to be captured. And so black of course takes the queen with his g-pawn. But now this enables white to swoop down with his bishop to h6 and give check. And now black only has one legal move, and that's to move the king to g8. And now delivering the death blow is the knight, who takes the pawn on f6, checkmate. I've always liked this game, not just because of the great queen sacrifice, but the way the three pieces all work together to checkmate the black king. Well, hey, I hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll see you next time.